What's up, family? Welcome back to a new video. And in today's video, we're covering the beautiful city of Suwanee, Georgia. Many of you have sent me emails about it, text messages, requested it. So without further ado, here it goes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if this is your first time here on the channel, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Raymond, and I am a real estate broker here in Metro Atlanta. I work with buyers and sellers that are looking to relocate to Metro Atlanta by way of purchasing a home. I also work with those of you that are also here already in Metro Atlanta that are looking to buy and sell. All right, so if you need any of my assistance, all of my contact information is on the screen and can always be found in the video description below, down below the video. All right, so now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into the video at hand, which is talking about the pros and cons of living in Suwanee, Georgia. So before we talk about that though, let me give you some stats and orientate you to the city of Suwanee. Where is it located? Well, Suwanee, Georgia is located 33.3 miles northeast of downtown Atlanta. It is one of those suburban cities that is pretty far up there, up 85. With that being said, the commute times to Atlanta from Suwanee, it really varies on the traffic patterns. But here's what I will say. That corridor of Atlanta is very, very traveled. So unless you're going like really odd times of the day, like say 9:30 in the PM, you know, up until that point, you will have traffic. Past the rush hour, especially during the week, rush hour here is from about 2, really, depending on the day, between 1 and 2 up until about 6, all right, 7 even, especially if you're going north. So with that being said, the average commute time without traffic, but again, keeping in context that without traffic is very, very little for this particular traffic pattern or routes, okay, from the 85 down into the city of Atlanta. So if you're going to move to Suwanee, you should pack your patience and plan for about 45 minutes to an hour to get into downtown Atlanta on average. I think that's a safe bet. If you put that in your mind, you won't be disappointed if you decide to move there. All right, Suwanee, Georgia resides in the county of Gwinnett, which is one of the most diverse counties, largest counties that we have here in Metro Atlanta. So that is the county that Suwanee, Georgia resides in. Now, let's talk about some statistics as far as population. The population in the city of Suwanee, Georgia comes in at 23,949 residents with a positive growth rate. People are choosing to call Suwanee, Georgia home year over year, which is helping the overall feel of the city. The median age for the city of Suwanee, Georgia comes in at 38 years old. The average household income for the city of Suwanee comes in roughly about $128,000 per year. And the rent to ownership ratio is as follows. 66.7% of the residents of Suwanee are homeowners and 33.3% of the residents are renters. So Suwanee, Georgia is a majority ownership. And the median home sales price or sold price for the city of Suwanee for the month of October came in at $572,000 according to Realtor.com. The public school system for the city of Suwanee is Gwinnett County Public Schools, which is one of the largest also public school district with over 100,000 students in the county public district. And again, you know, it's huge. There's a lot of students. It is a melting pot when it comes to the makeup there in the county as well. The hospital access for the city of Suwanee is pretty convenient. You'll find the most or the closest general hospital to the city of Suwanee to be Emory Johns Creek Hospital, which is about maybe a 10-minute drive from downtown Suwanee. So if you live closer to downtown, you can get to a general hospital in about 10 minutes, which is pretty good. Emory Healthcare is one of the leading healthcare providers in the state. So it is a pretty good hospital, in my opinion, to be close to. The nearest major interstate for the city of Suwanee is going to be Interstate 85, which is a major interstate here in the area. You can also pretty much connect with Interstate 985, which is similar to a bypass like 285. So it kind of takes you away from the major interstate, but also connects you more inland to some of the other communities or cities like Sugar Hill, portions of Beaufort, so forth and so on, Brazelton. So, but you're convenient to 985 as well. And finally, the airport distance is gonna be it's a pretty far commute in my opinion to the airport. 43.2 miles is the exact miles from the city center of Suwanee to the Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, which you should prepare for about anywhere from 45 minutes to about an hour to get to the airport from Suwanee, all right? So now you know more about the city of Suwanee from a statistical standpoint. I want to show you downtown, town center, Suwanee, Georgia, so you can see what it feels like on the ground there. And then we're gonna pop back in here and we're gonna talk pros and cons of living there. And then we're gonna wrap this video up. So if you're excited about seeing or want to see downtown Suwanee, then continue watching the video. I hope you enjoyed the tour. It was fun shooting it, so I hope you have just as much fun watching it. So without further ado, let's show you downtown Suwanee.
Darling, we were meant to be. Goodbye, my love. Darling, we were meant to be. Goodbye, my love. Darling, we were meant to be. Goodbye, my love. Baby bluebirds flying me, oh so high above. Darling, we were meant to be. Goodbye, my love. Baby bluebirds flying me, oh so high above. But you flew south in the spring, so I'll save my love for one meant to be. Darling, we were meant to But you flew south in the spring, so I'll save my love for one meant to be. Honestly, I might catch a flight tonight, just in time to pick you up and see the sunrise. Days with you are my getaway, peace of mind on a rainy day. You know how to show up right on time, never late. You're everything I want, don't play. You're everything I need, don't change the way you feel. And baby, I'ma keep it real. If they gave me everything, I would give it all away for you. With you, I know I'll be okay. Girl, there ain't nothing I wouldn't do. You leave and it hurts so bad, even when I know that you're coming right back. It's like I need to be right where you're at. Only thing on my mind, and we both know that. If you need me, then I'm on my way. If we're together, then I'll be okay. Just know that I'm here to stay. If they gave me everything, I would give it all away for you. Give it all away, With you, I know I'll be okay. Girl, there ain't nothing I wouldn't do. If they gave me everything, I would give it all away for you. Give it all away. With you, I know I'll be okay. Girl, there ain't nothing I wouldn't do.
I can't miss no Beverly, you can't hold me. Knew that it was my time and I ain't need a rollie. P139, that's the word. This provision is precision, you ain't gotta see the worth. Every situation different. Trust if you feeling out of luck or if you stuck, homie, you just can't miss this. It's so easy, you be thinking it's absurd. Gotta see the glory in the hurt. I remember back in apartments, humble beginnings what I start with. I'm still humble if you checking out my car 10. 2% we wasn't dancing like we Carlton. A product of the system living in our margins. Harvest all the planet, seeds I've been demanding. Trees taken for granted, faith just couldn't stand it. Standing on solid rock, now that's a firm foundation. We've been waiting and I'm praying we gon' make it. Face it, this year ain't even go the way we want it. Double jointed, two-faced, but now we on it. Seeing your true colors in this light and it's alarming. But God see the mess and he get clean it up with Charmin. Ooh, the boo-boo, ooh, the view. Watching God's plan like a show from Hulu. Who's who? Gon' see it as soon as the snow moves. We roll through, cause all you're together like pork stew. I can't miss no Beverly, you can't hold me. Knew that it was my time and I ain't need a roll. P139, that's the word. This provision is precision, you ain't gotta see the worth. Every situation different. Trust if you feeling out of luck or if you stuck, homie, you just can't miss this. It's so easy, you be thinking it's absurd. Gotta see the glory in the hurt, see the glory in the hurt. See the glory in the hurt. Okay, by the still water, I'm playing this so sturdy. I don't need magic to know that he worthy. He coming with the beef for the ones who get jerky. And on the shoe, he in the clutch, Jamal Murray. His plan got a plan, you ain't stressing the thing. You need more than Golden State to put some stress on the king. I don't flex, I just take a step and Elohim do the rest. Please don't think it's sweet, he got a soul, this for your chest. It's for your soul, you worry about the goal, you can only take it home. Where I'm from it's not here, so I leave it all alone. Get the lyrics out the spirit, then I put them in a poem. Talk to God, I'm on the phone. He said I need to trust. He be the anchor when the waves is too much. I gotta thank him cause his way is so tough. But his faith is so amazing, so my praise it go nuts. And my praise it go nuts. I can't miss no Beverly, you can't hold me. Knew that it was my time and I ain't need a roll. P139, that's the word. This provision is precision, you ain't gotta see the worth. Every situation different. Trust if you're feeling out of luck or if you stuck, homie, you just can't miss this. It's so easy, you be thinking it's absurd. Gotta see the glory in the hurt, see the glory in the hurt.
You sick of all the same dudes running up, follow you around, hope you fall in love, but they don't see you like I do, yeah. All your friends, they see it too, that I'm the one who looks you in the eye, speaking like I mean it, what's inside, know these others try and play the part, but I'm on time, I know you need that love. Tell you everything that you don't hear enough. I fly you out to Paris, see the way they staring. Always on my mind, you know I need that love. Yeah, I show up on time, I know you need that love. Tell you everything that you don't hear enough. I fly you out to Paris, see the way they staring. Always on my mind, you know I need that love. You know I'm always one step ahead of you, holding open doors when you're walking up. Cause they don't see me like you do, yeah. There's nothing I won't do for you. I'll be there for you. I'll be whatever you need from me. I'll be, even when it's hard, just know I'll be holding it together, girl, you know that's on me. Yeah, I'm the one who looks you in the eyes, speaking like I mean it, what's inside. Know these others try and play the part, but I'm the one who made it to your heart. Yeah, I show up on time.
All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed Downtown Suwanee. As you can see, pretty vibrant. Now, again, I will say this. It wasn't vibrant from the standpoint of people. I shot this video early in the morning on a Wednesday morning. So it wasn't a whole lot going on in the morning hours. I'm talking like 9:30. A lot of the retail places were just starting to open. Restaurants wasn't even serving lunch yet. So just imagine that place being super crowded, because it is a town center. So people frequent downtown Suwanee for their dining, lunch, and dinner as well. So what you saw is a little bit of a false perception of the reality, because it was such odd hours. So just keep that in mind, all right? But as you saw, a lot of retail opportunities there. Huge amphitheater that is used seasonally and frequently to host musical artists, to host different type of seasonal festivals. So it's a very vibrant town center from the conceptual standpoint. You just didn't see the vibrance today on the video, but it does exist, I promise. So as I promised you, let's start talking about the pros and the cons of living in Suwanee, Georgia. We're going to start with the pros. First pro on the list is going to be a city on the move. All right, Suwanee, Georgia has several developmental plans that they're working on currently. When we went over to the town center, I showed you the map of the different things that they were going to be in adjacent to this town center. A few of those things are actually still in production, in construction as we speak. I believe the portion to the rear of the town center, which I believe is going to be a main library, is actually in construction as we speak. So the city is on a move. It is an opposite city of some of the other places we've talked about on this channel, where it's like, you know, hey, the city is not in competition. It's going to just be what it's going to be. Suwanee is on the move. So if you're looking for a city that is changing, evolving, growing, then Suwanee, Georgia should definitely be on your list. Pro number 2 is simple, and it's going to be a great sense of community. Suwanee, Georgia, for Gwinnett County, is one of the, I guess, more connected cities in Gwinnett County that you'll find. Now, I think Gwinnett County as a whole does a great job with sense of communities. A lot of their cities really believe in the adaptation of community when it comes to like the community outreach, like, you know, different festivals, art shows, things for the kids, seasonal events. Gwinnett County, just as a county, does a great job with that. A lot of their cities have it down to a T, but Suwanee definitely has perfected it, like even down to the sculptures, right? The art and the features that can have on your family. Like you can make that out of a whole little thing, you know? Whoever finds the first statue gets surprised. I don't know, but it really is a connected community feel. All right. So living there, if you want to be a part of a community, I think Suwanee, Georgia is a place that you should consider as you are evaluating other cities to potentially relocate to. All right, moving right along, pro number 3 is going to be ample retail and shopping opportunities in the city of Suwanee. Suwanee sits in a pretty advantageous area. It's just north or just south of Beaufort, which you have the Mall of Georgia there. So it's a pretty convenient drive to a ton of shopping opportunities, some that are in the city limits of Suwanee and some 5 minutes outside the city limits. So you really get an abundance of retail and shopping and dining and entertainment opportunities living in Suwanee, Georgia. All right. So if you want that at your fingertips and you don't want to have to drive to Atlanta, because again, Atlanta is like 45 minutes to an hour. So frequenting Atlanta as your primary means can be exhausting. All right. So the fact that you have it locally there is definitely advantageous and something to consider. Pro number 4 on my list is going to be good public schools. Gwinnett County ranks one of the top 5 public school districts here in Metro Atlanta. And in the Suwanee Georgia area, the schools are performing well. All right. I will link down a link in the video description where you can go over and take a look at the CCPRI report that's published by the Georgia Department of Education. So you can really drill in. Like you can look at literacy, you can look at performance metrics as far as things like, college readiness, all of that stuff, right? Wherever your child is in their life cycle of education, you can go and look at it from a statistical standpoint and see if the school system is going to work for your needs, right? So I will link that down in the video description for you to go and check out. But overall, generally speaking, the schools in Suwanee, Georgia are performing above the state average. And in my opinion, they are really good performing schools as a whole. All right. Now let's move on to our 5th and our final pro on our list today. And that is going to be decent overall value proposition. All right. So a lot of times we try to understand what is the overall value proposition for this place that we're evaluating, right? Is it worth it? I would say that Suwanee, Georgia, with everything that it encompasses, I think that Suwanee, Georgia has a unique value proposition, especially comparing to its neighbors. All right. So like a city like Johns Creek. Johns Creek is a little bit more expensive city than, say, Suwanee. But the feel is, I would say, you get a better feel in Suwanee. You get more of a community feel, more of a town feel. Whereas in Johns Creek, you got exclusivity and it's pricey, but you don't really get a great sense of community from a city or town center standpoint. All right. So again, it has a unique value proposition. I think Suwanee and Duluth are very, very, very similar, but I think that Suwanee is like the newer version, or the more prosperous from a future standpoint than Duluth. But I could be wrong because Duluth, this is about Suwanee, Raymond. All right. But anyway, Suwanee, Georgia has a really good, unique value proposition when it comes to overall and in comparison to its neighbors. All right. Now, where there is good, we have to consider some of the maybe bad, I guess. It's bad only if it's bad for you. Bad is relative to the person that's hearing it or seeing it. So I'm just going to tell you what the con is on my list. And that is going to be that Suwanee, Georgia, the location, from a traffic and congestion standpoint, it is in one of the worst locations if you need to frequent Atlanta and if you need to frequent the airport. So if those two things are important to you, then you just want to make sure that an hour to an hour and 10 minutes is okay for you to travel to those two destinations. Because frequently, very frequently, probably the majority of the times, your traffic commute is going to be definitely an hour to get to either of those two places, the airport or the city center of Atlanta. Now, if you're going in super odd hours, like, 10:45 on a Monday, yeah, you could get to Atlanta in like 40 minutes, 35 minutes. But, realistically, traffic patterns in that region is typically higher in congestion than other portions of Metro Atlanta. So just consider that, know that before you're surprised, because I don't want you to be surprised. That's the whole point of this video. Don't be surprised. All right. Well, overall, I do think that Suwanee, Georgia is a beautiful city to consider. And I think that it has some really, really, really good things about it. And so if Suwanee, Georgia is on your list, I would encourage you to take a trip, go down, put your feet on the ground, and enjoy what Suwanee has to offer and see if it works for you in person. With that being said, do not allow this video to be a yay or a nay. It is a link in your chain. It is more information for you to add to your jot list to learn about the area. All right. I encourage you to come here. As I said, put your feet on the ground, experience the restaurants, experience the traffic patterns, experience all of this to determine if it would be a good fit for you. And if you're really serious about moving to Suwanee, Georgia, hit the subscribe button right over here somewhere, like maybe right there or maybe right there. Red button, big red button. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe to the channel. What does it get you? Well, it gets you me and all of this resource and information that I'm going to give you about the city of Suwanee, living there. We got some upcoming real estate tours. We got some property tours coming out for the city of Suwanee to orientate you, to give you that value proposition so that way you can understand what it's like and what it feels like to live in Suwanee. We're going to check out some of the parks. We got a lot. I have a lot in store for you for the city of Suwanee. So I want you to not miss that. So the way you don't miss it is hit the subscribe button. And once you plug in, you'll get notified as soon as I post about living in Suwanee. If it's serious, this channel is for you. My whole goal is to give you value, give you information so that you can be successful in your relocation. So thank you so much for watching. And of course, if you're interested in any other city in Metro Atlanta, I have over 30 plus videos just like this about other cities. So if you go to the main channel page, click on playlist, and you can see all of the other cities that I've covered. So definitely don't miss out if you're really truly serious about getting to know and getting the bearings of living in Metro Atlanta as well as Atlanta. All right.
Ayy,
thank you for watching, and I'll see you
never
on
gonna
the
let
next
any
video.
I get the best of me. Thought it was distance, but haters is next to me. Talk to the spirit, you know I've been heavenly. Company definitely show your trajectory. This ain't a diss, cause I say it respectfully. It's time to eat up, bread like a speeder, taking it deeper, and that's how it better be.